Hello, let me just tie my shoe here. All right, hello. It's Wednesday, November 11th. It's nice when you have a wall calendar there. Coming to you live today because it's Wellness Wednesday, and for those of you that have not watched my lives the last couple days, I am committed to you guys every step of the way here, and I'm going to be coming live a lot more regularly, so I hope that you tune in. And I hope that you find what we're putting here on Mother Trucker Yoga valuable and helpful, because health and wellness and fitness is accessible to everyone. Not just people that live at home and get to go to the gym and do all these things. Like, it is available and accessible to truck drivers, and I'm going to show you how. But today is Wellness Wednesday, and I wanted to show you something that I think might be helpful if you are working out or if you are interested in working out. Most people, when it comes to introducing an exercise program, or if they are in the fitness world and they're like, hey, you should work out more, push-ups are one of the big movements that people push. Here's the problem. Most people don't know how to do them correctly. And so what ends up happening, which I'm going to show you what I mean in a second, what ends up happening is we're using all the wrong muscles. And we're recruiting all the wrong muscles. So what ends up happening then is that the weaker ones stay weak and the stronger ones get stronger. But eventually that type of an approach to a thing like a push-up is either going to help make you injure your shoulder, it's going to leave yourself with back pain, or you're never going to really feel like you're getting stronger. Here's what I mean. So did you like that little roll I just did? If you're familiar with push-ups and you've done them and you hate them, it's one, because you're probably recruiting the wrong muscles and you're missing some important ones. I'm going to show you how to do that. But your push-up maybe goes down but doesn't go back up. So what I mean by it is it goes down, but then it often comes up like this. Or you have to come to your knees and push, and you're doing some weird type of movement. Or you come down and then it's like, oh, how do I get back up again? And so when we struggle with push-ups like that, when we can come down but we can't seem to get back up, it's not because you're overweight, it's not because you're out of shape, it's not because push-ups aren't for you, okay? It's really small things like missing the foundational muscles. So there's something that I do, and I've taught thousands of people when it comes to fitness over the last almost 20 years, and one of the things I have learned when it comes to push-ups is proper muscle recruitment. And if we take a step back, okay, which might be a little humbling for some of us, if we take a step back and just call time out, just for a little while with push-ups, and do this exercise first. Hell, stop with the push-ups and do this exercise. I promise you, you will start to recruit the right muscles that if you want to do push-ups, you're going to get way more out of it. Okay, and I call this the scapular push-up. And why the scapular push-up is an important pre-move before you do a push-up is because there's muscles. Okay, your scapula is that kind of like wingy part in your upper back, and there are muscles underneath the scapula that affect stability. There's muscles that almost like create a pocket for the scapula, and there's muscles on the sides of your rib cage also that help support you when you're doing a push-up. It's not just bicep, tricep, and deltoids, okay? Those scapular muscles are really important. They're also important in a plank. So if planks are hard for you, this is another good one. When we develop those muscles, and it's easy to work around them, okay? Big biceps, guys do this really well. They like the elbow out muscles because you can use all your chest muscles. No more cheating, okay? So the scapular push-up is super easy, but easy doesn't mean that it's not effective. I'm gonna show you how. So, when you do the scapular push-up, I'm going to kind of stay close and then I'll give you a full body view. When you do the scapular push-up, first of all, how do we set up a push-up position or a plank position properly? And what I want you to do is when you set your hands on the ground, they should be about shoulders distance. Now look at my elbows, okay? You see that? This is called the fold of the elbow. Some people call it the eye of the elbow. They should not be turned in. When we turn them in like this, we're going to overuse the chest muscles and the biceps. We want to use more of the upper back and traps and triceps. So external rotation, fold of the elbow faces forward. This is really important. People skip these steps all the time. And this is why your push-ups aren't working and why you hurt after these. And so make sure fingers are wide, lean into your fingertips. Okay, lean into your fingertips rather than be on the heels of the hands. Yes, this is a stretch. There's nothing wrong with a stretch. Okay, so rotate out. And then when we do that, we're not gonna sink. We're not gonna sink. I know I'm in a tabletop right now. I'm going to push into the floor. Do you see how I'm broadening my back? This is hunched. No, no, no. You wanna broaden. So that leaves me with an open chest and a nice open back. Okay, with the scapular push-up, the elbow never bends. It's all in the upper back. So this is what it's gonna look like. All right, I can be on my knees. If you're gonna do a kneeling version of a push-up or a scapular push-up or a plank, start in full plank. So step back, booty is not up, belly is not down. I'm gonna push away and then drop your knees. So you see how I'm in one long line from my head to my knees? Okay, so that's the setup for the modified. I promise you the only difference between being on your knees and being on the balls of the feet is the distance, okay? This is not beginner and intermediate and advanced. Like, forget that type of mindset. This is about using the right muscles. So how can I use the right muscles in the best way possible? That's what we have to focus on. Okay, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We're talking about the move that you need to do before a push-up. Hell, eliminate push-ups and do this, and I promise you're gonna get a great workout and you're gonna really feel the difference. Okay, so if we do that scapular push-up, let's set up. Hands, shoulders distance, rotate the folds of the elbows forward. I'm gonna step back. If I wanna be on my knees, I can. Now the elbows don't bend, okay? That's the difference. So when I sink into my shoulder blades, not my belly, keep my belly strong, and then push back out, it's all in the shoulder blades. So how low can I sink in the elevator? Pinch the shoulder blades and then press back again. As you do that, keep your front hip bones tipped up. So it's almost like my tailbone is tipping under. That's gonna keep your core activated versus that pinchy feeling in the lower back. So when we do the scapular push-up, okay, if you're down on the floor with me here, we're gonna do 10. So I'm sinking, not with my belly though, and then pressing up 1. Sinking, pressing up 2. Look at the folds of your elbows. They're facing forward. I'm pushing down between my thumb and my pointer finger. And if you're shaking like I am, you're doing it right. I'm not sinking in my lower back. I'm not bending my elbows. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Okay, so here's a goal for you. To do the scapular push-up, can I do 1 set of 10? Now remember, you can be on your knees, okay? Being on your knees does not mean that you're a beginner. Being on your knees does not mean that you are weak. Being on your knees does not mean that it's not good enough. Being on your knees means that you know your body. Being on your knees means that you know how to use the right muscles. Remember, use the right muscles. It's not about the most advanced move. I've worked with lots of people and I've seen people push themselves to do the most advanced version and they hurt themselves. Or they're completely missing out on the benefit of the pose because the muscles that are overly dominant and strong, you know what I'm talking about, the guys with the really big biceps or the gals with the whatever, the really six-pack abs, and they're able to do some really fancy moves, but they can't even do the basic ones. Why? Because they're skipping those muscles. And I don't want you to do that. Okay, so here's your homework. Scapular push-up, 1 set of 10. If you want to go for the gold, 3 sets of 10. You don't have to do them all at once, okay? I just did 10 that took me like 30 seconds. What if you broke it down and did it at 3 different times during the day? You could also do an angled version. Hands on the step of your truck. Hands on the edge of your sleeper. Find a bench somewhere, whatever. And so make this work for you in the environment that you're in. Do not let the fact that you're a truck driver be a reason to not do anything. Do not let your job, your finances, your family life ever get in the way of you moving forward in your health. Because without your health, without the physical ability to live in this life, what do you have? How can you enjoy any of that? So although this is one easy move that you can do, easy meaning it's simple, and it can replace push-ups, this is just the beginning. Think about all the other things that you can do. So I'm just gonna do a quick review for you. So step one, remember push-ups, planks, scapular push-up, folds of the elbows forward. This is gonna make you feel broad in the back, and it's gonna shift more strength and more muscle recruitment to your upper back. Number two, we're not bending the elbows, okay? So in our scapular push-up, it's not an elbow move. It's an upper back move. Number three, wrists are under the shoulders, and I'm stepping back on one long line. Four, being on your knees does not mean you're a beginner. It means that you want to use the right muscles, and right now, being on the balls of your feet doesn't let you do that. Step five, I'm sinking in my shoulder blades, like I'm pinching them above my spine, not dropping my belly, okay? This is not an up dog. This is not a cobra. And then broadening, not hunching, broadening, like I'm stretching my shirt. Sinking, broadening, sinking, broadening. What you should feel, again, is that shaking. I call it the earthquake. That's the sign that you're using the right muscles. So shaking is a good thing, my friend. Let your body tell you and guide you in the right direction, and you're going to be amazed at what you can accomplish. So that's the scapular push-up. I encourage you and challenge you to try it, and I also challenge you to challenge somebody else. Instead of push-ups, instead of planks, try the scapular push-up and see what your body tells you. You might be actually find something that you've discovered is a lot easier and a lot less complicated, but gives you some really great results. And don't forget, your Wellness Pit Stop program is starting next week. You can sign up for it. This is just for drivers. Well, it can be for anybody, but it's customized for drivers to help you take your health, fitness, and wellness to the next level. So over the course of the next 90 days, we're going to create a foundation for you to stand on, live on, and move forward on for the rest of your life. If you want information, drop it in the comment section, and most importantly, share out this video with other fellow drivers on your Facebook page and let them know that they can be healthy and fit and step forward in their life today as well. Bye, my friends.